Welcome to Moral IFC. It is what it is. There are two ways of making this tie. There's a one that you have to tie the rope, and there's a one that you have to use this metal locker to to tie your rope. There are two ways. So I'm going to explain both of them to you. I'm going to do both of them for you. It's going to be two in one thing, so that you choose which one that you prefer. I'm going to break it down the simplest and the easiest, giving you all the tips and tricks that you need in achieving this beautiful step, beautiful top. So I'm using the chest of 40, the length 38, the shoulder 18, and the sleeve length 10. And you have to measure the person's neck as well. So I divided my bust into 4. That will give me 10 plus 1.5. So in allowance, that will give me 11.5 inches. Like I said, I'm breaking down the simplest and the easiest form for you to understand. We're going to cut it like the way we are cutting the center top. You need the front and you need the back, So you're going to cut the front 2 times. So this is the front. You're going to cut it 2 times. The front fabric, you're going to cut exactly 2 times. So this is it. And we're going to cut the back as well. We know the back is always longer than the front by 4 inches or 4.5, or some may make it 5 inches and some make it 3 inches. So we're going to put them together. The front, the 2 of them, we're going to put them together. We're going to arrange them. Then we're going to put the back at the bottom of it. So you're going to arrange all of them together. So it's going to be 3. It's going to be 3 there. Like I said, I'm breaking down the simplest and easiest form for you to understand. That's why I'm going like this. I'm going like this. So right now we have 3. We have the back and the 2 fabric in front. So I'm cutting my shoulder slope 2 inches. And I'm going to mark 2.5 over there. So I'm going to cut my shoulder slope. So when I cut my shoulder slope like this, that means I've cut the back shoulder slope and the front 2 of them together. So these are 3. They are on top of each other 3 times, the back and the front. The 2 front. Like I said, we cut the front 2 times. Exactly the same thing 2 times. So I'm going to fold it this way. We need to cut the neck at the back first. That's the most important thing steps. Otherwise, you're going to fumble. So we are cutting the back neck first. After that, we're going to put it somewhere. So I'm going to mark 2.5 here as well, so that I'll cut the back neck. Like I said, I'm breaking down the simplest and easiest form for you guys to understand. So this is the back. I'm going to put the back somewhere. We have done with the back now. So these are the front, the 2. I said the front fabric, we are cutting 2. Exactly the same. So these are the 2 fronts on top of each other. Good. So we are going to cut the front neck. You need to measure the person's neck. If it's 15, 16. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. Do all and check out how to cut the center top neck to fix any sizes. We don't want the person, the top, there's a V. There's a V style in front of the neck. We don't want where the person going to wear the top and the inner part where the person going to wear, you're going to keep popping up or showing up. Do you understand? So we need to pay concentration on that point as well. So I'm going to measure the back of the neck. This is the back of the neck. I'm measuring it. Then I'll come to the front. Like I said, if you know how to cut the top neck, this is going to be easier for you. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. Do it and check it out. And learn how to cut the center top neck to all sizes. So like this, then I'm going to mark here. This is where my neck is going to be. This will give me exactly how the person's neck is. If the person's neck is 15 or 16 or 17. So this will give it to you. So I'm going to draw that arc over there. So this is a guide. This one will give you a guide. So from that arc, then you decide how long you want that vein to be far away from your neck. Decide how long you want it to be far away from the neck. You want it to be 3 inches long, or 3.5 or 4 inches long. Like I said, if you look at the design, you can see that there's a vein at the neck side. It's up to the neck. So I'm marking 4 inches. You can mark 3.5 from here. You can mark 3.5. So whatever you do to the top side, you make sure you transfer it to the other part, because we are dealing with the same thing. Whatever you do to the top, you make sure you transfer to the other part, marking everything. These 2.5. So after that, we're gonna arrange it like the way the top is. We're gonna put it, the right side, or both of them, the right side will be facing top. Both of them, the right side will be facing top. So look something here. The shoulder slope, the shoulder of that person, we'll come back to where the mark that I did, we'll come back to that. So we'll come back to that point for you to get it. So right now, I've let all the right side is facing up. You see the mark, so I'm transferring everything to the other fabric. Sometimes you are dealing with the fabric that you can't see the right side and you can't see the wrong side. Kind of, tedious sometimes, frustrated. You cannot see the front, you cannot see the right side or the wrong side of the fabric. So it's up to you to decide which one that you're going to use to act. Sometimes it can be confusing and frustrated when you are dealing with the fabric like that, So like I said, you let all the right side will face up. The right side of the fabric, all of them going to face up. So you're going to measure like 19. This is where we're going to measure 19. Then you mark from the shoulder. You measure 19 or 18. You measure it from the shoulder to the mark. We are working on the first one on front. The first one at the front. We are working on the first one at the front. The design one is on top of each other. So we are working the one on top. So this is the middle line. You divide the shoulder into 2. This is the shoulder, you divide into 2. So whatever you get, then you decide how long you want it to be far away from the shoulder. 3 inch or 2 inch away from the shoulder. 3 inch or 2 inch away from the shoulder. So that will give us 5.5. Like I said, we are doing the front, the one on front, that's what we are doing right now. The one on front, that's what we are doing. The one on top of it, that's what we are doing right now. So I'm going to draw a straight line here. Remember, we made a point at the center where the neck is. So you need to come above it half inch. You need to come above it half inch. Don't mark it pass through the point that we make when we are joining the neck side. You remember we came down 3 inch or 3.5 or 4 inch. Yeah, so when you're drawing a straight line like this, you make sure that it comes up half inch, because when we join that half inch, you get that, you understand. You will definitely gonna understand. So you're gonna mark here as well. Then you draw the first pattern. This is the first pattern that you are drawing right now. When you do it this way, it becomes very simple and easy for you. When you are cutting like this, you have to be very, very careful. Have you seen? This one will give us the front. Now we have cut the front, the one on top. We have cut the one. Look at, there's a mark here. This is the mark that we made at the neck side. Therefore, in this the mark, I came up half inch. I didn't cut it through the line. So when I fold half inch like this, so that will give me exactly the point that I needed, where my V gonna form. So I will take this one, and I'm gonna put it somewhere. Then I'm gonna mark my 2.5 here. This is the center. Remember, that's the center line. So I'm making my 2.5. Then I'm gonna draw a straight line also here. Remember to come up half inch from that point that we made at the center. I'm drawing a straight line also here. So this is the point, this is the center, the point that we made. I transfer it, so I'm trying to come upward from that point. You know, the most important thing here is that you have to check the V neck. It's very important. It's a V at that part. It's form V. So you make sure that you get that V straight line curve nicely. Do you understand? So I'm going to draw a straight line. So right now I've gotten my V at the front there. I'm going to put the one on top aside, then I will deal with the inner one. So now we are dealing with the inner one. So you're going to draw a straight line. It's either you draw a straight line to touch that part, or you can come up and blend in small so that you get a lot of space at that bottom. You can decide to go straight, and you can decide it after that V, you can decide to bend it a little bit. So after you pass the front V like 2 inches, the rest you can just blend in any style that you want inside. You know, you can go straight or you can just curve it a little bit. Then we cut. If you look at mine, you can see that it's not straight. I just blend in a little bit. You know, you can cut it straight. You know, you can cut it straight. You can see I left a lot of space down there. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe, like and share and comment. Please do subscribe. Please do subscribe. It's Mora FC. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, you know. So after that, you just have to put on it like this, you know, to check everything if you are on the right path. See, we have not cut in the armhole yet, but we have able to cut the shoulder slope and the neck. You know, it tells us that we are working on a straight line. So after that, you just have to put it there. Or you divide your bars by 2 plus the sewing allowance that you added. If you added 2 inches, that means it's going to be 4. Do you understand? So I added 3 inches. I added 1.5, so it's going to be 3 inches. So I need to get 23 here when I put on this way. I hope you understand. We're still going to hammer here as well as time goes on. Let's keep on moving. So this is the front, the one on top. The one on top, we are going to cut the turnover of it. You know, the front. You need to cut it so that we flip it to the wrong side. Breaking it down. So you're gonna put right side together like this. Have you seen that? We're gonna sew, then we sew. After that, we flip it, and we're gonna do the same thing to the other pattern. You're gonna cut each yoke. Please do subscribe, like, and share, and comment, and click on notification bell. It's Mora IFC. It is the world. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend about Mora IFC. And please do give me a thumbs up, comment, share, ask question. If something is still bothering you, I'll give you a response to that. You can see this is the yoke of the other pattern. So we're going to sew from the top, then we go to the bottom. But before we do that, we need to do something here first. So you can see this is the metal that we are using, you know, the metal, the locker, the hook that we are going to use. You know, I need to get 2 of this one, but I couldn't get some, so I only have this one. So that's why I'm going to make it 2 in 1 for you to choose whatever style that you want. You can use this one, or you can use the tying rope one. So you're going to measure the inner one. That's give me 1.5. That will give me 1 inch. You measure the metal is 1 inch. So I'm going to mark 2.5. I hope you understand. I'm going to mark 2.5 to get its locker. So before that, let's come back to here. I'm going to put it there again. That will determine how long I want to cut the rope to be, how long the rope is going to be, how long the strip is going to be, how long the strip is going to be. So I'll just put it on this like this. Then you check. This is where the strip is going to be. So you check, then you fold it this way. This is how it's going to be. Are you seeing? So it will give you exactly how long you want it to be. Have you seen the strip? When you do it this way, it's going to give you exactly how long you want yours to be. Do you understand? So it was 17 or 16 or whatever, then you just have to mark it. You know, the metal is 1 inch, then you have to cut 2.5, then you fold it into 2. Like I said, 1 inch, you can see, and this one have 2.5, so you just have to sew her 1 inch. This one also, you can see we sew 1 inch, so that we kind of fix it inside here. It had to fix it exactly. It shouldn't have to be bigger or smaller. You need to contain the gap inside there. So this side where my hand is where I'm gonna tie the strip. It's like I said, it's 2 in 1, so I will explain that to you for you to know how to tie the strip. So the strip, you just have to measure how long you want it to be. You can see the design that I just put it there. Yeah, you can tie it this way. You can tie it this way. Do you understand? So I want to make that part, I want to tie up that part. You know, the top will going to be the metal one, and the other side is going to be where I'm going to tie my strip. You know, but before we come back to that, there's something that we need to do first before we get back to that. We have to go and stitch the strip first. We're going to sew the strip first. So you can see the strip, you need to get 1 inch, exactly 1 inch, because the hook, how do they call it? I don't know its name. It's 1 inch. It's 1 inch, so you need to get exactly 1 inch. And see, so after that we have to just flip it over, then we iron it. Please subscribe, like, and share, and comment. Please subscribe, like, and share, and comment. Actually, guys, I do all this one for you guys, and you guys, they watch, you don't subscribe. You watch, you benefit, you don't give me a thumbs up. You watch, you benefit, you don't comment, show appreciation. Come on, guys, don't do that. And fatamo kura, and fatamo, it doesn't suit you guys kura. Kene mona mi ma san. Kokuya kanama. Come on, guys. Kokuya kanama. Kutemeke don wonku. Isna medero. Blega na balanke. Sani yeno. Mon commenting, mon liking, mon share. Sani ya bobo ya. Let's help each other, you know. Let's be there for that. So after that, we still have to put it on this way. You need to arrange it this way. You see? Then we put it this one like this. The metal, this hook, there's a joining part. That join, you have to cover it. You can see that line. You can see that part. That's a part, you have to cover that part. You can see it has been joined over there. We need to cover that part. So we need to put it where we want it to be. You know, it's too long, so I need to chop some part off. So look at where you want to place it. Then you just have to place that part. Then you mark that part. You check this is where you want to be. It should be like below the armhole. It have to be like 1 inch or 2 inch away from the armhole, below the armhole when you want to fix this one. Yeah, so make sure that you can see it's below the armhole. You can see that it's below the armhole, so you make sure that it falls exactly below the armhole when you are fixing this one. So I'm going to make a mark over there to indicate where I'm going to put this one. And exactly know where the other one going to be. How we always have to be at an angle. That angle there. Then you mark it. So let's get onto the sewing machine and let's join it together. And there's something that we're gonna do. So after we mark it, we're gonna put this one on top. Then we're gonna sew from the top to the bottom of it. There's some tips and secrets that you need to know still. So if you jump, you are jumping something, you know. It's like this is a full tutorial. It's a full tutorial. And this is my strip. So you can see, just have to put it at the right side. Put it at the right side of the fabric, not on the wrong side of the fabric. You put it at the right side of the fabric, then you top stitch it to hold it firm. You need to double stitch here to hold it. But you make sure you put fusing. You put fusing at the tip of it. Put fusing at the tip of it. You know, that will give you the beautiful curve shape. You can see that mine is really curved. I've put in a fusing at the tip of it. So make sure you do that. My camera didn't record that, so I need to tell you. So before you do this, you make sure that you put fusing at the tip of it, you know, before you join this one. You can see where you can see the tip is very, very smooth, you know. So after that, you let the right side or right side face each other. Then we sew 1/2 inch. When you get to where the strip is also there again, you do double stitch over there just to hold the strip harder, you know. Please subscribe, like and share, comment and click on notification bell. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. You don't do that. You know it's not fair. You benefit and you don't like it. You don't comment. You don't share. Don't tell friends. You don't tell friends to friends. You know you are not being fair on that. You know that. You know, since you are benefiting something, you need to show appreciation. So after that, after joining it, you can see that I'm putting fusing over there. You can see. So I'm gonna push this one and join it to this side. I'm gonna top stitch it to hold it down, so that it will give it a smooth curve. I don't want to top stitch it when I turn it over. You know, you can decide to top stitch it, but I don't want to top stitch. I don't want no thread to be at the front, so I want that front to be smooth, nice and beautiful. So you can either ignore this part and you turn it over, then you top stitch it. That is cool, but I don't want to top stitch it, so I just do this way so that it will like give me that smooth surface curve. We're gonna do the same thing to this side as well. You let right side face each other. This one, when I'm putting the fusing, this one is the inner one, the one that goes inside. So you just have to put fusing just like away from its length, supposed to be like more than the V neck. Don't go from the bottom to the end. No, don't go from the bottom to the end. You just have to like do like 10 inches fusing, then you just have to stop. But the front one, you have to put fusing from the top to the bottom. So we do the same thing. Like I said, this will give it a smooth curve at the front. You know, you can see smooth. We are not going to see no stitching. So from here, you iron it. So this, to give it a smooth surface, very smooth. You can decide to top stitch it, you can decide not, but I'm not going to top stitch it. That's why I did that. It's more IFC. It is what. Please do subscribe, like and share, and comment. Say something, guys. Say something. You know, I decided to break it down to simplest and easiest form for you to understand every step, every bit of it, without jumping no steps. You know, it's a full tutorial. Get to all the details, and make sure that while you are doing it, you are checking to see if you're on the right path. You see, I'm checking to see if I'm on the right path doing it. You just have to rearrange it like how the design is. You can see this how it's going to be. So as you see, so from here I start checking. You know, half of my bars is 20, so plus my sewing allowances. You need to check your bars. If your bars, I'm using bars of 40, so divide it by 2, that will give me 20, plus my 1.5 sewing allowance, 1.5. When I add a 1.5, that will give me 3. So I have to get 23 here. When I do it this way, I'm supposed to get 23. You need to come and do this way. I'm just checking. I need to get 23. Your bars divided by 2 plus sewing allowance that you added. So you need to check. Look at. I don't know if you can see the point. You can see that we made a point here. I don't know. You can see the point that we made from the neck side where we want our V-neck to end. You can see that point. After doing this way, you can see that it fell exactly where I wanted it to be. You know. So you just have to check. Like I said, you use your bars, you divide it by 2, then you add the sewing allowances to it. So you're gonna see that when you do it this way, you're gonna see that it's what I have seen. It is what it is. So you can see how it is. You know, the 2 sides of it. You can use the metal, the hook one, or you can use the rope that you want to tie. We are not done yet. I'm telling you, we are not done yet. There are some parts that you need to pay note to that. You know, there's another part that you need to pay attention to that. Remember, we have not cut the armhole yet, so how are you going to cut the armhole? It's also a question. So from here, I think I have to pin it, to pin it down. Like I said, before you pin it down, you make sure that when you put it this way, the bars measurement that you are using, you divide it by 2. And the ½ inch that the sewing allowance that you added on it, you double it by 2. Then you check and see if you have gotten exactly what you are dealing with it before pinning it. Before what? Before pinning it. So you can see that we have pinned it. You can put a lot of pins there, just to pin, to hold it down. Please subscribe, like, and share, and comment. Oh, Charlie. What did they do, Charlie? My family. Don't do me like that. So you see how you're going to be. So look something here. You can see how it has fixed properly inside the rope and inside that hook, So when I place one on each other, it's supposed to be the same. Don't make it too big, Try to work on your measurement, correct. You can see when I put one on it, you can't see the one under it. You can't see the one under it. You can't see this one. So you just have to pin it. When you look at it's kind of long. You can see it's still long. When you do this way, then you see that it's long. Then you just have to chop some part off. And this is where I'm going to tie my rope, my strip. So I'm going to put it this way. You arrange it, everything, just have to arrange it. This is where my rope is going to be. So trying to arrange everything on the straight line. So after that, pin it, you see. So like I was saying, you can see that it has fallen it beautifully. Yeah, it is what it is. So let's check to the neck. We mark the neck 2.5. So 2.5, that will give us 5. ½ inch by join. So we're supposed to have 6 inches over here. The neck here is supposed to have 6 inches over there. So this is the back. I just wanted to go step by step for you guys, not to make it complicated for you guys, just step by step, step by step for you to understand. So I'm now going to cut the back, the shoulder, the armhole. I'm now going to cut the armhole, and there are some part that you need to pay attention. So let's get to that part. You need to keep on checking your measurement, and make sure that you are dealing with the right measurement. So when I put it on top like this, remember we have not cut the yoke of the back yet. We have not joined the back yet. We have not done that one. So look at something here. Pay attention here. If you have done the yoke of the back, then it have to match each other. But since we have not done the yoke yet at the back, we have not sewed the back yoke yet, so we need to leave ½ inch over here at the tip of it where my hand is. You can see there's a ½ inch because we have already done the front, so you're going to leave ½ inch there. Then you mark your armhole, your shoulder divided by 2. You add your sewing allowance to it. Then you cut your armhole. Your shoulder divided by 2. I'm using 18, so 18 divided by 2, that will give me 9. So 9, then I'll add ½ inch, that will give me 9.5. Then I'm going to cut the armhole. So from here, you just have to join the shoulders and just join it. Then after that, you trim, you arrange it again. Then you trim on the 1/3 part off. From here, I've joined the shoulder and the back yoke all together. You can see. So it's left with the sleeve. Look something here. For this part, I don't want no top stitching there, so I put the feasible hemming gum over there from this part, you know, from the part 4.5 inch. Then I put the feasible gum over there, as you can see. To do that on both sides, you can see I put the feasible gum over there. So since we have joined the shoulders, it's left with the sleeve and the side-by-side sewing. And there's a tip here that you need to know. You have to pay attention as well. We'll get back to that. You can see that the shoulder has been joined. You can see it left with the armhole that we have to join. So when joining the sleeve and armhole, let me do that and come back. Let me do that and show you something here. So when joining the armhole and the sleeve, make sure that you still have to open it this way. Open it. Just open like the way you open t-shirt. You can see it's still open. I've joined the sleeve and I'm joined side by side. This is how it's going to be, you know, so that you can open it freely like the way you open a t-shirt. So you just have to put it this way. Look at something very, very important. The inner one, this is the inner one, the one that goes inside the center tab. So we just have to come to the tip of here. Remember, we have not sewed that part. One is just like this. Have you seen? That's the inner one. So we need to fold that part. You fold it this way. This is how it's supposed to be. Have you seen? Don't go and do it this way. Don't go and let it be equal like this way. You can see here, don't make it equal. Don't make it equal. You can see it's equal. Don't make it equal like this. No, don't make it equal. It has to come in like 1 inch or ½ inch away from that part, because it's inner. We don't have to let it be showing to that part. So just iron it and you fold that part. There's something we need to do here as well. So let's keep on moving. You can top stitch here, and if you like, you can just put a hemming gum over there to hold it down. So we need a pressing bottom. This is the pressing bottoms. You call this one pressing bottoms. You know, we need this one. Then that's why we're going to use it to put it on top. You know, the one that have some head on it in the middle, that's the one that you need to use. This one, I'm talking about this. That's the one that you need to use on this one first. This one, use that one on it first. Then you hem it, you sew it. After joining it, you just have to rearrange it like this. Then you press your hand on it. You need to arrange everything, then you press your hand on it. When you press your hand on it, you can see that the center tab, there will be a mark over there. There will be a point over there. Then you put this one there. Then you join that one. You have to hem it. You have to hem it. You need to hem it. Don't let it show outside. Don't let it show outside. You need to hem that part. That's what you have to do. There is some place that I need to take another note on that. Here you need to tie your rope or your strip. You can tie it up. You can see and just tie it anyhow. It is what it is. So let's pay attention to this side. Let's come here. It's more IFC, it is what it is. So after you put this one inside like this, you put it in. It's going to be something like this. Obviously, it have to be. It's fall on this one. On the design one, it's like this. This is how they do it. You know, on the one that you show. This one, you should have to bake. It should have to be big. It have to have the same measurement so that if you pull it on this side, it will cover it. It can't be beautiful. Then this is what you're going to do. You have to let the person come and wear it. Let the person come and the person will wear it. So when the person wears it, get the pressing button then you do the same thing at the back here as well. This one is too long. It's too long. You just have to cut some part off. So remember, if you are going to do this way, you just have to make it short. You just have to put the pressing buttons over there. But like I said, you let the person come and wear it, so that where you're going to end, that's where you have to put the pressing button, so that it goes straight. You can see this one is too long, so you just have to cut, make it short. Do you understand? After making sure, then you put the pressing button there, so that when the person wear it, you let the person wear it, then you mark that part to make sure that it's okay for that person. Before you put the pressing button, that place, you're going to see that it look beautiful. So thank you for watching. Thank you so much. It's Mora FC. It is what. Just look how beautiful it is, guy. Thank you for watching. May God bless everybody. It's Mora FC.